Okay, Dispatcher 101 consultation, non-member, Kenyatta Finner. So what was the questions about the basic level?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just getting started. I'm doing a little research and trying to fill the industry out. So I just wanted to make sure that I was properly set up, as well as some information on dispatching, obtaining carriers, and also invoicing.
Okay, so do you have your own independent dispatching company? You got that set up already?
Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing. Currently, I have a business that's set up, Imperial Financial Solutions. So I just wanted to go under the umbrella of that one and add on a DBA, Imperial Express Dispatch.
Okay. Okay.
Because I already
so what's the legal
EIN and everything set up under that business name. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What's the legal structure of that? Is it an LLC? Is it a
LLC?
Okay. Single member LLC and
yes.
Okay. So now you got that set up. So now as far as I don't know what RBBS is offering as far as your logins and your
you know what, I got to log into the back office, but as far as everything else, I haven't been provided the 800 number, so I was thinking of going through my GoDaddy, which is my provider for my website.
Okay, because you're trying to get started as quick as possible, right?
Yeah, and I've already been 2 weeks in and I haven't received anything.
Have you reached out to the RBBS network?
Yes.
Have you got response from them?
Yeah, their response is that they're busy, they'll get to me.
Wow.
Wow, right.
Yeah, I don't do the 800 or the toll free, because I figure you're your own business owner, so you would rather set up your own stuff eventually as opposed to coming up under. Anyway, so you got that. So now you want to know about carrier acquisitions and like getting the carrier under agreement.
Yes.
Well, I can show you based off of what we do. Now,
okay.
What we do is also some of the resources is in RBBS as well, because I came up through RBBS. I started off with RBBS, and then I just took some of the stuff that I learned and just, went from there.
Creating your own platform, okay.
Yeah. So, so in Module 1 here, you're not going to have access to the screen and show it to you, though. Carrier acquisition. I have of course videos in here about it. Carrier acquisition information, a quiz, and what carrier acquisition is basically.
Can you give me 1 second, because it says my conference thing is not responding.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So this asking me, do I want to wait for the program to respond or close the program? So give me a second. I may have to go out and come back in.
Okay. Okay, I see you joined again.
Kenyatta.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back in.
Okay, you all set?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so in the back office of RBBS as well as Dispatcher 101, There is this trucker path load board where we go, and I'm going to give you the link right there. And then also there is the, I don't know if this is in the back office, but you can just access this yourself. This FMCSA company snapshot safer website, and I'll explain what it's used for in a second. So when you're going after carriers, carrier acquisition deals with, well, first of all, what equipment types are you going to go after carriers for? What types of equipment? Like, I try to instruct when you first starting off as a dispatcher to go after the equipment types that move the freight the most, right? Move the loads the most. So those are, number one. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So number one, the equipment types to target and carrier acquisition. The first one is the 53-foot dry vans, and I give a screenshot of what that looks like. Okay. Those are the regular 18-wheelers you see out here on the road today. Okay.
Okay.
Number two is the 53-foot reefers, or what we call refrigerated trailers. The other word that they use for is called reefers. So when you hear reefers, just think of refrigerated trailers. And all it is a dry, it's the same dry van trailer. It just has this little unit on the front of the trailer. It's called a temperature control unit, a TCU. And that's what keeps the freight inside the trailer cooled to a certain temperature.
And that's TCU, temperature control unit.
Excuse me, yeah, temperature control unit, TCU. It's called the reefer unit, or the TCU, temperature control unit. So if you do a reefer load and you call a broker and they say, well, we need the freight to be pre-cooled to -10 degrees or 0 degrees or whatever the temperature is, that's what that means, that the driver or the carrier has to set their TCU pre-cooled temperature to whatever that broker requires it for that specific load at that specific time. So by the time they get to the shipper, and the shipper opens up the trailer of that reefer unit and checks to see if whether it's not as pre-cooled before they load the freight on there, that's what that means. So, okay. And the third equipment type is the 48 or 53-foot flatbed trailers, and that's what one looks like. Okay. So those are the three equipment types that move the freight the most.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll hear somebody say like a box truck or sprinter truck or what's called a hot shot. You can move freight there, but as a beginner, I would recommend starting off with the ones that move the freight that you often see on the road all the time. So, which are these three here.
Okay.
So now some of the methods that used to acquire carriers under a dispatch agreement and profile. Now, do you understand the dispatch agreement and profile?
Yes.
Okay. And the purpose of it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the main method, of course, you got to, cold call the carriers. That's number one. Word of mouth. You might know somebody who knows who a carrier is, or somebody who's a truck driver. They'll say, well, my truck driver friend needs a teacher. So you go from there. And then number three, you could actually physically visit local trucking companies that's in your area where you live. And you're in Hammond, so yeah, you're in the area that moves freight a lot. You got a lot of trucking companies over there, and or truck stops. You probably on Hammond. Let's see, you on what's that? 69.
I'm off of 80. I'm off of 80. I mean 8094. So yeah, it's a lot of truck stops over here as well.
Yeah, you're I-69 too, aren't you?
Huh?
I-69.
I-65.
I-65.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of truck stops and a lot of trucking companies. So that's another way. And then the fourth way, you can text scripts and then email campaign. These last two, 4 and 5, they're the last resort. The first option is what we recommend to go for first.
The cold
calls. One of the resources that I train And that RBBS trains also is the truck search feature on Trucker's Path. He also trains with quick transport solutions. But I've been hearing when people go on quick transport solution that a lot of those trucking companies, either their MCs are expired or not active and things like that. But the truck search feature on Trucker's Path, these people log in every day and they're live. So I'm going to use that as a tool right here now. Okay. So what we do is, this is the truck search feature, and I'm going to log in with my login. Now, you don't have access to this because you're not on my platform, but you may have access to it through RBBS's.
Yeah, I was able to get that much going, so yeah.
Okay, so you've been here before.
Yeah, I've played with it a little bit.
So you've done the truck search feature?
Yeah.
Okay, so you entered, you've done flatbed, drive-ins, and reefers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've done just satisfactory.
Right.
And then you hit search. So now 510 should be a little bit less. Right? Once it's
Excuse me.
Right.
Okay,
so
68.
Right. So and then they posted a minute ago. See the equipment types. All the ratings are going to be satisfactory because we selected only satisfactory as the rating. And then the name of the
That's
company.
meaning that their MC number and authority and everything is up to par?
Right. So let's say, for example, we selected a conditional and unsatisfied. Let's say we selected one of those. So each rating has 5 subcategories that makes up what's called a safety rating and whether or not it's unsatisfactory, conditional, or satisfactory. Okay? And I'm going to show you what determines if a safety rating is conditional or satisfactory. So if you click this one, if you notice at the end of each one, there's a little drop-down arrow, right?
Uh-huh.
So you click that, it opens up more. So the safety rating has 5 subcategories that make up its overall rating: the authority, the operation, the safety, insurance, and other. So this one is conditional because it has one yellow. So something's wrong with this one. So if you click safety, see all these other ones are green.
Uh-huh.
If they all were green, it would be satisfactory, but one of them is not green, it's yellow, so it's conditional. So if you click the safety, that means that overall safety is moderate. So there's something wrong with their safety score, something in here wrong. So you just got to look at that. And unsatisfactory, if we can find one right here, it's going to be all red. See? Something's wrong. Something wrong. It's unacceptable. Red is unacceptable. So something's wrong. So to save yourself the headache, why would I select anything other than just satisfactory as a safety rating, right? I save myself.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the reason why I select just satisfactory. So I won't have to worry about that down the line when I'm going to book a load and in their paperwork, something's on their paperwork that's preventing me from booking the load because the broker says, well, something about their authority is wrong or something about their insurance is wrong. If I got a satisfactory person, then I'm good. So now, a minute ago, Atlas. So what I do some extra vetting to make sure that they're not part of another brokerage because I don't want to get into double brokering, right? So let's see. I click the drop-down arrow, so now it gives me more information. He's a flatbed. He just posted a minute ago, just now, out of the Illinois area. He's out of the Illinois area, but he's currently there now because it shows it here on the map. That's where he's at, Chicago Heights. So I take their sometimes you'll see an MC or a DOT number here. Do you know what MC stands for and DOT stands for?
Motor Carrier, DOT, Department of Transportation.
Okay, there you go. So I'll copy the DOT and then I'll go to the company snapshot. You have 3 options. You have the DOT radio button, the MC radio button, or the name of the company's radio button. In this case, it was the DOT, so I'm going to go back and enter that value that I copied into there. So now I got more information. So what I'm doing now, I'm vetting the carrier to make sure that he's not part of a brokerage. One of the main ways to determine if he's part of a brokerage or not, if his entity type says anything other than carrier, like if it says carrier/broker, or carrier/IEP. IEP stands for Intermodal Equipment Provider, like the ports, terminals, and stuff like that. So,
okay, what was IEP again?
Intermodal. Yeah, I'll put it in here.
Okay.
Right here. You sick?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So there's some more information about it. So yeah, a little bit more. Okay, so now entity type. Make sure it just says carrier. You got their information. They're based in Michigan, Taylor, Michigan. So that Chicago Heights that we saw, his truck is probably there now. That's probably what it is. Here's his DOT number. There's his MC number. He has 113 power units, and 100 power units is the actual tractor, not the tractor and trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? Power
Yeah.
only? Okay. So then you would so he's a good carrier, he's a good candidate. There's some extra stuff you can check. You can check their safety measurement system results and their licensing and insurance. Let's click on licensing and insurance real quick. I never get these right the first time. Okay. Oh, ain't need anything?
Okay.
Good luck charm. Kenyatta's good luck charm. Okay. So then over here I'll do the HTML, the view report. I'll review the reports in HTML format. So I click it, and now it gives me a little bit more information. So they are an active, they're a common carrier. There's different MC authorities for carriers and brokers. Okay.
Okay.
The most common one is called common carrier for the actual owner operators. There's common carriers, there's contracted carriers, there's passenger carriers. You know those guys who drive the buses and the Chinese buses or the school buses. They have a passenger authority, limousine services and things like that. And then there's HHG, household goods. Those are the moving companies, things like that. So the ones that we deal with mainly are the common carriers. So he's active. He has an active. His authority status is active. Okay, this is just a little extra steps. You don't have to go this far in the vetting process. You just go as far as making sure that they're not part of a brokerage. So you want double broker. I'm not going to call this one because it's a large company. I usually try to call if it's like 1 to 5 or less power units. So what I'll do is I'll come out of this and go back to, this is the same person, so this one here. And it's the same process every time when we go to look the call. Have you called a carrier yet?
I have. But my response was that they was contracted with a company and that the company normally booked their loads.
So he's a company driver, basically. That's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was your script like? So pretend I'm a carrier. Let me hear you mind sharing your script with me so I can hear what it sounds like?
Okay. Well, let me pull up my version of it. Okay. So I will get them on the phone and I'll be like, "Hi, my name is Kenyatta, and I'm with Imperial Express Dispatch, which is a member of National Dispatchers Network. We have over 200 dispatchers in the country, all over the world, to service your needs. And I'm just calling up you today to see if you are interested in moving your truck and what it's going to take for you to move your truck." Wait for a response.
And it's actually I think it's over 2,000 now, right?
Over 2,000?
Yeah, last I know it was like close to 2,000. I know it was like 1,900 independent dispatching firms as part of the network. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they're actively part of the network, but they're part of the network. So
Okay.
but
So I need to increase that number, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
But so here's one here. That's a one-man team, 1-1. Jesus Lopez in California. He's a California number, so it's 228 now, so that'll be 11:30 over there now. So he may be up. He has to be up because he posted like 7 minutes ago. So so he would be a good candidate to call and talk to about getting under a load. So let's call him now.
Okay.
And I normally do this on the trainings as well. I just didn't do it today. I would call carriers, and I would actually give carriers away. Cause I
did catch one of them you was doing with a live call.
Yeah, just giving carriers away. I didn't have a need for but I may have to see if he picks up.
Okay.
Hello, Jesus. Jesus? Hello? Couldn't hear me, and then he hung up.
That was rude.
Well, you gotta have thick skin. You'll get that. That's not a problem. So, but what I was gonna do is once I talk to him. Matter of fact, let me see what the company says over here. Gustav Transport. So he works for Gustav Transport. Jesus Lopez. Let me call that number just to double check. Because this number is different than.
Hello?
Hello, Jesus.
Yes?
How you doing, sir? My name is Charles. I'm with Exodus Dispatching and Training. Are you under a load, or are you looking for a load for your reefer truck?
I'm looking for a load.
And you're looking for where are you now currently?
Franklin, Virginia.
Man, you're close to me. I'm in Virginia. I'm based in Virginia. You're in Franklin. So where you at? One of those you got the lumber yard out there, the paper mill? Where you? I know exactly where you are. You off of 460 or about 58 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you empty or being unloaded?
Really?
You unloaded already?
Yeah.
Okay, and then where you trying to go?
No, pretty much anywhere.
Oh, pretty much anywhere. Okay.
I'm actually, can I call you back real quick? Because I have my driver over there.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, I'll call you back right now.
All right.
Alright, thank you.
See, I was ready to work him, Kenyatta.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so his driver is over there, and I just called. I guess his driver was this number. He didn't recognize me calling. Adrian Gonzalez must be the driver for Jesus, who's the owner of the company.
Okay.
So what I'll do is once he calls me back, and he's new. He's a new driver, new company. They just got their authority back in February of 2019 because they only drove so many miles in 2018. So he may call me back, but that's what I would normally do. If he does call me back, I may close the deal and get the reefer load. I want to see. He's in Franklin, Virginia, so he's close to me, literally. Now I'll probably work that, see where he wants to go. I was going to ask him how much money do he want to make? You know, what's his regular cents per mile? Where does he want to go? And with a reefer, you got to know that reefers have so many pickups and so many stops. So what I'll try to do, I'll let him know that I'll try to find loads with like minimal number of pickups, minimal number of stops, so that the driver won't be at one location too long, because every stop and every pickup is going to be at least 1 to 2 hours to load or offload. So So there. But if he calls me back, I'll go ahead and book that. I'll go ahead and get him under agreement. Where's my pen at? Okay, so, but that's how I normally do, and I don't, I just have a regular conversation, with them. Scripts are cool, but once you get comfortable with the scripts, then you just move into just regularly talking. Because I think RBBS teaches still to ask that how much money you need to move your truck.
Yeah.
But I basically asked. I changed it up a little bit because that sounds like a sales call, which is literally what it's supposed to be. But I asked an open-ended question: are you under a load or are you looking for a load? So once he hears that, the first things he thinks is I'm a broker. But when I introduce myself as Exodus Dispatching and Training. It's him calling back right now.
Okay.
Hey, Jesus, what's going on?
I was calling earlier.
Yeah. How's your driver? Your driver okay out there?
Yeah, you just want to go west towards like Los Angeles.
So he wants to go west to Los Angeles. So he wants to make his way eventually to Los Angeles?
Yeah, he wants to, like Phoenix, Nevada, like those areas.
Okay, Phoenix, Arizona, like Las Vegas, Nevada, maybe?
Yeah, Los Angeles, all that, or anything west over there.
Okay, and he's in Franklin, Virginia right now.
Yes.
Okay.
He's on the trip.
Okay. So what we have to do, we are a dispatching company. We have to set up a dispatch agreement between you and I, because you're the owner. I'm assuming you're the owner of the company, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we set up a dispatch agreement, and I'll have one of my dispatchers contact you and see if she can find a load for you to help get your driver going, because he's empty now, so we can't get him a load at least today because he's on the East Coast right now. It's 2:30, so we may be pressed a little bit to find a load today, so we may have to wait till tomorrow to find a load, if not today. But in the meantime, she'll talk to you about sending you a dispatch agreement so we can get set up with each other as far as having an agreement to be a dispatcher for you guys, to keep you guys running, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's good.
What's a good email for her to have?
Jesus _ Lopez 43@yahoo.com.
All right, I'll have her reach out to you. Her name is Kenyatta.
What's her name?
Her name is Kenyatta. The dispatcher's going to call you. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. You just got you a carrier. So within 30 minutes, I just got you a carrier.
Awesome.
But what I'm gonna do is put the information, because we started at 2:07, so 2:37. We ain't even done. You got 2 minutes. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and this is recorded, by the way. But let me put the information in for you before we at least get off. So Jesus is the owner of the company, right? Jesus Lopez. I'm sorry.
Okay. And which number did you contact him on?
I contacted him on the one that's on here. I'm gonna type it in on the results of the Safer website search right here. I'll put it in here now.
Okay.
So Jesus Lopez, and so I don't want to extend our time, but I was going to see if we can look for him a load, because he's in Franklin, Virginia, and Jesus _ Lopez 43 at yahoo.com. So next we would have just looked, went up here. I'd have looked at one of my load boards and just went to go search for a load for him. Just for curiosity, while I got this minute, I'm gonna see, because he wants to go from Franklin, Virginia over to either the Phoenix area, Las Vegas, or Los Angeles. So we'll see. Right now, I'm looking at Internet Truck Stop. You guys don't have that in the back office of RBBS. I used to have it back here. I'm going to eventually put it back in mine, but someone breached it. So I got a call from Internet Truck Stop Security, and they said that that had to change that up. So I had to redo it. So 116 loads. I'm gonna hit the rate, put in the order of there. So he's trying to get back over to. So we look up here. There's nothing going over there right now. Today, maybe. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 23rd. Let's do today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. So I didn't do an invalid search. Okay, so we said today or tomorrow. Well, let's just say tomorrow or Wednesday to see. And let's choose those states that he said. Let's hit multi-state. This is Internet Truck Stop. Multi-state. He says Arizona, Nevada, and California. So let's see what shows up. Nothing. Within 100 miles. So let's change our deadhead to 200 miles and see what happens. There we go. We got 3. And therefore Wednesday. Coming out of Winchester. Let's see. Franklin. So Winchester's heading in that way. So we can say Winchester to Reno, Nevada. That might be a good one, but it's on Wednesday. So, so yeah, that's how you would look for loads. But you know how to look for loads on your load boards back there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I sent you the information. Let me log out of this. Let me delete this. The only thing I didn't show you was the invoicing. I invoice in PayPal. You can use PayPal or Square. So you're on RBBS, and they recommend Square a lot, so we'll just do Square. So when your when your carrier delivers and they get paid, you invoice for whatever percentage that you charge on the gross rate of that load. What is your percentage? 10%?
10.
10. So say this load was $3,000 that you got for Jesus. So that would be what, $300, right?
Right.
So you would just go up to you have access to Square?
I use PayPal currently.
Okay, well let's log out of this. Let's log into PayPal. Petty cash account. Petty cash.
Okay.
Look at that, man. I'm broke. Look at that.
I don't believe that.
Let's see. Create invoice. You've created invoices in PayPal before, right?
Right.
So you just create it, put their email, and then calculate your percentage. You put whatever the load was, and then your amount. Attach whatever you need to attach. I think RBBS teaches to attach certain documents like BOLs, rate confirmations, or whatever you need to attach, and then hit send. And that's pretty much, and then you'll get an email, in whatever email that's associated with your PayPal account, you'll get an email saying that you sent out an invoice to whoever you sent it to, and then we go from there. So, okay?
Great. So I could send the invoice myself, right? I don't have to send it through RBBS if I don't want to, right?
Right. Are you doing a subscription with RBBS, or are you?
Yes.
So if you are doing a subscription, then you have to send it yourself, because you are a subscription member, and then they're no longer doing the interns. I think he's going to start that back up, but right now, if you're subscription based, then you do your own billing and invoicing. You set your own percentages. So
okay. So only thing that needs to be put in there is the load number or the load information.
just the lower information. I usually say, like, I'll type in that information that with said item information. I'll type in like load from Franklin, Virginia to Los Angeles, California, and then in the amount I will put the whatever that value, that 10% value is of the gross amount of the load. Like in this case, that example, we said $3,000, so it'll be what, $300.
$300.
And then I would scroll down and hit attach files, and then I would attach all the files that I need to attach so that the carrier knows that he and I was on this load. I was the dispatcher, he was the carrier, like the rate confirmation, the BOL if he sent it to you, things like that. I personally don't do. I attach the rate confirmation. I don't attach BOLs. I don't attach dispatch agreements or anything like that. I just attach the rate confirmation because I know the load was booked with the rate confirmation.
Okay.
Now the BOL could be approved that the load was delivered, but I'm in such a relationship with my carriers that they'll call me and say, man, you ready? Go ahead and invoice me, man. I'm already done. You can invoice. Or one carrier say, as soon as I booked the load, he said, man, go ahead and invoice me. So I'll invoice him and he'll pay me before he even delivered the load.
Okay. That's great.
It's a nice relationship to be in, right?
Yeah.
So there we go. There you have it.
Okay. I'm going to try to get him under a contract and see how that work out for me.
Okay.
Do you take on mentor? Do you do mentoring?
I'm thinking about it, but I haven't really thought about it like that. I'm getting to a place where I'm going to need to have like sub dispatchers. Like because I got so many carriers, I'll put some loads out from my carrier that they need, and if you help me find a load for the carrier that he wants, and I go ahead and call the broker and book the load, we'll split that commission. Like some of my carriers are 7%, some of them are 10%. So whatever one we find a load for, we'll split it to 7%, 3.5% each, or if it's to 10%, then we get 5% each. So
okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing that now. I'm going to write up some paperwork on that, like a little small mini contract. But yeah, the mentoring part. Yeah, I guess I thought about that too. Mentoring program, that's a good note. I need to form a mentoring program.
Yes, that would be awesome for newbies like me.
Yeah, then I also recommend people to purchase my ebooks. I got ebooks out there. If you can't afford to join the platform, I got the 3-for-1 and the 4-for-1 ebook specials. I tell people that it has all the basic terms, everything that I'm teaching on the platform. You won't have access to some of the tools and resources back here, but everything is based off of the ebooks.
Okay.
And I got 3 ebooks and 1 glossary. So the 3-for-1 is if you purchase Dispatcher 101 ebook at $39.99, you get the other 2 ebooks for free. Here they are right here, advertised on my website. So you go to the ebook purchases only link. So purchase Dispatcher 101 at $39.99, you get the other 2 for free. Or if you purchase the Dispatcher 101 glossary at $49.99, you get all 3 ebooks for free. So you get 4 items. You get a glossary, which are all the terms, and it's basic terms. Everything you're going to ever see in basic level dispatching is in that glossary.
Okay.
And then the 3 ebooks. So for $10 extra dollars, it's probably better to get the $49 one, because for $10 extra dollars you're going to get a glossary and 3 ebooks. So most people get the $49 one because it's a better value. Or you can purchase each of them individually if you like. And there's, you scroll right here, you just look at each of them individually, the individual prices. And then I got a freight broker 101 because I teach freight broker classes too. So, but
now, with the freight broker classes, do you have to be licensed in your state or other states that you want to do business with?
No. My freight broker beginner class is teaching people how to be. It teaches about the basics of starting up a brokerage, and then it teaches you mainly how to be a freight broker agent. Because to start as a freight broker from the beginning cold turkey, you're going to have a hard time getting shippers because you haven't proven yourself. You haven't built the books. So if you start as a broker agent and you work under a live brokerage with at least 2 years of experience, when you bring on customers under that brokerage, and then you take those are your customers. That's your book of business. So if you decide, say, hey, I got enough book of business, I'm making a decent amount of money, I want to move on and form my own brokerage, you take those customers with you. So now when you form your own brokerage, there's your credit, there's your book of business, and now you're established. But you started off under a brokerage, so it was a smarter move.
Okay. Okay. Is that what most people are doing? Like a broker agent versus being dispatcher?
If they are wise, but some of them, they'll go cold turkey and they'll luck up and get some shippers who are willing to work with new brokers. But most shippers are going to, if I'm a shipper, I'm going to say, okay, you want to move some of my loads, but what, have you ever moved a load? Do you know how to do that? What's the process? Mm-hmm. You know, if I send you a load tender, are you going to be able to, you know, find a carrier, get them under your brokerage, set up and everything properly, vet them out, and move that load for me? I mean, in fact, new brokers don't have a clue of how that's done. So it'll be wise to come up under a brokerage and learn that process and get it down before you decide. It's easier that way because you don't set yourself up for failure.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I usually recommend, and I partner with a few brokerages who say, hey, Charles, if you train these people to be agents or even to understand what being a broker is, and they want to come under a brokerage, we'll give them an interview to see if they can come under our brokerage as agents after you feel that they're ready to come out of your training, even if they're still in your training. Because once you join my training, you're in it for as long as you want to be. You just to maintain access to my tool of resources, just like with Dispatcher 101. After May 1st, it's going to be a $19.99 subscription to maintain access. You pay the initial $3.99 with the brokerage and $2.49 with the dispatching training, and then you pay the $19.99 because I got all these expensive load boards, all these other tools and resources. So part of the cost of doing business, I need members to have a little skin in the game, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
But yeah, take advantage. If you can't afford to come on for the $2.99, take advantage of the $49.99. Buy the one ebook. Matter of fact, I should have mentioned that. I should have gave you a deal. I should have said if you pay the $49.99, I would have given you the glossary. I wasn't thinking. I apologize. I would have given you the glossary and 3 ebooks, and I would have done your consultation for free. So.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking. I'm gonna offer that to new people because for non-members, because members get consultation for free. But non-members, they'll get the 30-minute and the 60-minute consultation. So, which,
Okay. I think I pretty much have a good understanding of how it works. So I just need to get out there and test the water. So
yeah.
Do you recommend visiting these truck stops?
Yeah, if you visit the truck stops, the only thing I would advise, you're going to take something with you, your advertisements, your flyers, your business cards of who you are as a dispatcher. And then as long as you get permission from the management at those truck stops to, to solicit to the carriers, then yeah.
Okay.
Because you're talking directly with them.
Okay.
Make sure you understand what you need to understand before going in there, because some carriers they'll ask you questions that you may or may not know the answer to. So you want to be better. You want to be prepared.
Okay.
So, all right. Hold on one second. Oh, it's Charles. I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I was just calling to see if y'all might have any trucks here after Ohio on Wednesday of this week.
What equipment types?
Sorry?
What equipment types? What types of trucks?
A flatbed would work best, or if you have a step deck or a Conestoga and they can load the scale, that would work too.
Okay. You said near Akron, Ohio?
Yeah.
And
so
where?
It's going out of Apple Creek. It's a little bit south of Akron.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Where's it going?
It's going to Endeavor, Pennsylvania.
And what's the loaded miles and how much does it pay?
I think about 175, and we're looking to be at around 500.
500 for 175.
What part of New York?
Okay. All right, I'll check with one of my flatbed carriers who live near that area. You said Wednesday?
Yes, for Wednesday.
Okay, and what's your name, ma'am?
My name's Marissa.
And this is Tia. How often do you guys have loads coming out of that area? Like daily, weekly, or?
Let me check right now. I'm calling out for someone else, but he's right here, so I'll ask him. Let me put you on hold real quick.
Okay. You see what I'm doing, Kenyatta?
Yeah.
I did this in the training. Ask the broker how often they got loads. That way we can determine if we want to make. You're in Ohio, so that's one of the states that move freight. So I want to try to position carriers over there if they got steady freight coming out of there to try to set up some dedicated lanes or some consistency. That's
Right,
that's the whole idea of going from basic to more intermediate or even advanced. So she put me on hold, and I'm glad this is in the training too. Got a call, so that's fine. And while we're waiting on her, I can go ahead and. So are you cool? Or you have any more questions?
Do I necessarily need to get an 800 number?
No, you can use. I use my own cell number. This is my cell number. Everybody's calling me on my cell number. I don't need no 800 number.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that to discourage you from getting it. I'm just saying.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we have loads coming out of Ohio pretty much every week. I know we just did one coming out of Ohio going to Indiana about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because I have an influx of flatbed, dry vans, and reefers in the Midwest. So I'm trying to strategically position them in front of your freight to set up some kind of consistency.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Okay, yeah. So I usually do that. So okay, so I'll let him know, and then if you want, you can. I don't know if you're able to send me a list of loads that you have, and I can let my different carriers know and see if check their availabilities for you.
Let me write down your email, and I can see if I can get something like that sent to you.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
All right, I am ready.
Okay, Monday_Charles@yahoo.com. I'll spell that for you. M as in Mary, U as in United, N as in Nancy, D as in David, Y as in yellow, and then the underline or the underscore sign, and then my first name, Charles, CHARLES, @yahoo.com.
All right, so I have M as in Mary, U D as in dog, Y as in yellow, _Charles @yahoo.com.
Correct. Yep.
All right, I'll see if I can get something like that sent to you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, just got another broker with some lanes. See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
So now I can basically connect. My goal is connecting different brokers at different parts of the state strategically with other brokers' lanes and setting up different lanes all over the place. So I can send my carriers from one broker's lanes to the other broker's lanes and back. Now I can set up consistency. So all I got to do now is just send out invoices because the lanes are going to always be there. I just and I don't got to be on the load boards all the time. I can just call the broker and say, you got something I got to carry here, and send me another rate con, send me another con, So instead of load searching, I can just call the brokers and say, hey, I got a carry over there. That's where you want to get to. That's the point you want to get to. So
okay.
But right now, as a beginner though, you want to just start off small and grow to that point. But as you talk to brokers, that's how you set it up strategically. Well, how often do you move? They say, well, we move loads out of Ohio weekly, daily, whatever. I say, well, okay, can you send me a list? I'll give you my email. I got so many carriers that could be over there. And of course they're gonna say yeah because that's what they want. And it's a free service.
Right. Okay.
So all right. Are you good?
Yep.
And it's gonna turn into an hour. Oh my God.
Sorry. I appreciate it though. Thank you.
Okay, you all set?
Yes.
Okay. All right, take care.
All right, you have a good day.